So the continuing purge of NHL head coaching jobs continues as last night the San Jose Sharks fired their head coach, Pete Deboer. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe. Let's take a look at Pete Deboer's success with the San Jose Sharks and why they possibly fired Pete Deboer. Let's get right into it. So Pete Deboer, the former head coach of the San Jose Sharks, spent 5 seasons with the San Jose Sharks, making the playoffs in 4 of those seasons. Obviously, this season where he was fired 32 games into the year, he didn't have a chance to make the playoffs or not. Taking a look at the time that he spent with the Sharks, he started back in 2015-2016 after just being fired by the New Jersey Devils, where he was with before coming to the San Jose Sharks. Pete Deboer was supposed to be the guy that brings the Sharks back to the Stanley Cup playoffs and a true contender in the Western Conference. Some would argue that he had that success, but taking a look at 2015-2016, the first year of his tenure in San Jose, 46 wins on the year, 30 losses, and 6 overtime/shootout points. That adds up to 98 points in the first season under Pete Deboer for the San Jose Sharks. That same season, they would go to the Stanley Cup Final to take on the Pittsburgh Penguins. So a pretty good start in the tenure for Pete Deboer in San Jose. But going into the next season, 2016-2017, we see the Sharks continuing that dominance in the Western Conference. 46 wins yet again on the season, 29 losses, and 7 overtime shootout points extra. So they add another point for over last season. So they had 98 points. Then they get 99 points in 2016-2017. They lost in the first round of the Stanley Cup Finals that year to, unfortunately, that was a year they were hoping to go for another deep run, and they did not get there that year. 2017-2018, 45 wins on the season, 27 losses, 10 overtime shootout points. Add another point, 100 points on the season for Pete Deboer and the San Jose Sharks. They would get bounced in the second round by one of their new rivals in the Pacific Division, the Vegas Golden Knights. In 2018-2019, last season, 46 wins, tying his win record overall with the San Jose Sharks in a season. 46 wins, 27 losses, and 9 extra points, 101 points, so continuing to climb. So they go from 98 points to 101 points in 4 years. They would make it to the Western Conference Finals, a pretty solid team that they had there. Fortunately, they did lose in the Stanley Cup Western Conference Finals to the now defending Stanley Cup champion St. Louis Blues. Coming into this season, there were a lot of changes in the 2019-2020 San Jose Sharks. Lots of depth up front left. Their captain, Joe Pavelski, leaving, heading over to Dallas. And the San Jose Sharks looked like a very different team. Some injuries to some of their defensemen maybe being on the back end of their prime. The team definitely stumbled out of the gate toward the bottom of the league for the first month or two of the season. 15-16-2 through the 32 games that Pete Deboer was with the San Jose Sharks. 32 points this season for Pete Deboer before he got the axe and was fired by the San Jose Sharks. So the San Jose Sharks, this is a team now in a little bit of turmoil right now. Things, obviously, like I said, they had a atrocious start to the season. But looking at the past 4 years, they have made the playoffs the last 4 seasons, and only one of those years, which was year 2 or year 3, where they didn't make it past the first round. So they won playoff games, and they did pretty well. Like I said, first season under DeBoer, going to the Stanley Cup Finals, going to a Western Conference Final as well, and getting to the second round, making the playoffs 1 year. So the San Jose Sharks, this is really a kind of out of nowhere situation. Now, with everything that's been going on in the NHL over the past couple of weeks, since the Bill Peters, Mike Babcock situation, since then Jim Montgomery, the head coach of the Dallas Stars, has been terminated. So he's been fired down in Dallas. Now the San Jose Sharks are making a move, and they actually fired some of the assistant coaches as well to Pete Deboer, leading to some more possible speculation in that. Now, out of San Jose, the They've been saying that it has nothing to do with off ice situations. It's an on ice situation. The team has not performed to start the year, which is true. But over the past month or two, they've actually turned it around. The last 15 games, the San Jose Sharks have looked like a pretty decent team, and definitely a little bit surprising considering what happened here. Now, I don't know the full story on the Sharks. I don't watch them a whole lot, considering I watch a lot of hockey on the East Coast. It's a late night watching them play consistently, so I don't get to watch them as much as I would like. But I thought they were turning things around. They seem to be doing a little bit better. I definitely wouldn't say they're the butt of the joke in the Pacific Division by any means. They're a very well-recognized team over the past couple of seasons, a good reputation in the NHL, enough to convince Erik Karlsson to stay with the San Jose Sharks. They were in the bidding for John Tavares not all that long ago when he was a free agent. So, San Jose Sharks, definitely an interesting move. I don't know if Doug Wilson, the general manager, had a say in this, or if this was ownership. We don't know that much information, but it's a little bit of an alarming signal to me that they also fired the staff along with Pete Deboer. Is there something going on behind the scenes that they aren't releasing to us yet? It just seems a little bit weird. The good news, though, for the San Jose Sharks, is former head coach Bob Boughner of the Florida Panthers is now going to be the interim head coach for the San Jose Sharks. So Bobby Boughner gets another shot in the NHL, and we'll see how he does with the Sharks. He's a very solid, talented team. Hopefully he can make this work. So let me know, what do you think of the San Jose Sharks firing their head coach, Pete Deboer? And do you think the San Jose Sharks did this possibly looking at the flurry of coaches being moved? Maybe they find a better option than Pete Deboer. Maybe they look at Mike Babcock. Do they look at some of these other guys that we've seen? John Hines. We've seen the Sharks take away a New Jersey head coach before, Pete Deboer being an example. So definitely something to keep an eye on. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of this move? Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.